So when my son was 16 months, I had been going to school at Emily Griffith Technical College in Denver, Colorado. Um, I had been going to school to become a certified nurse aide. In 2014, after my son's 12 months, I had gotten hired as a caregiver at Brookdale University Park, and I was there for a while. And my job was really simple as a caregiver, and so I would watch the CNAs, and I was like, asking questions about how much money they made and, just really observing their job. And I'm like, I can do this. I can be a CNA. And so I ended up, doing some research, getting the courses paid for. I was able to complete the college, the university, not the university, but the trade. I was able to. I had perfect attendance. I completed that course, and that was in 2015. So I started off as a caregiver, and I completed the courses as a CNA. Received my CNA license in 2015, and it's 2019, and I still have my CNA license. So yes, I have credentials. If it wasn't for Warren Village, the low income assistance program that I'm going to elaborate details on my channel a little bit here, I would already have a college degree in probably just business communications or general studies. But I had to take a break for a little bit because Warren Village did one on me. They really tried. But it is what it is, and I'm strong. And so let me just go ahead and tell y'all about this story. When we finally got accepted to Warren Village, um, I had just been finishing my CNA courses at Emily Griffith. I had just received my CNA course, and before receiving my CNA license, I had already had college credits. I have been receiving college credits since 2012. I want to say it might be 2011, the fall of 2011. It's between 2011 and 2012. And then 12, 13, I was going to college, 14 going to college. But in 2013, I got pregnant. And during my pregnancy, I had a slip and fall at the community college. Slipped into a minor concussion, and I was prescribed painkillers from a hospital. Something in my heart told me not to take those painkillers. The very next week, I found out I was 5 weeks pregnant. Okay? Lawsuits. Not only did I fall and slip into a minor concussion, but I fell in front of a group of people. I slipped on some water, and my mistake was getting up. If I can go back in time and do anything different, it would be this moment right here. Instead of getting up at that slip and fall, I would have just laid there and fell asleep and made the ambulance come and get me, because I could have had my student loans paid off at this point. For reals, I would have just went to sleep. And I began, I had started, it was on camera. There were security guards present. There were so many people in that lobby at that time. That was like, I felt like that was God trying to give me a blessing at that moment. And I got up and I laughed it off because I was so embarrassed. But I ended up going to the hospital because I was having like super mad migraines. And they had told me I had slipped into a minor concussion. And they prescribed me some painkillers. And that very next week, I found out I was 5 weeks pregnant. Lawsuit number 2. I just didn't pursue with it though because I just wanted to be happy. I was already, trying to put my life back together after I had fallen off for a little while after Job Corps. Just because of the people I had been hanging out with. We live and we learn. So I was just really getting the puzzle pieces back together, and I just didn't feel like dealing with the stress of that. And so I found out I was pregnant, and I decided to keep my baby. even though during my entire pregnancy, my son's dad was very disrespectful, and he always claimed that he wanted me to have an abortion, but then he would turn around every time we had sex and would say things like, I want you to have all of my kids. And I really loved that man, but I was just in a vulnerable position, in a vulnerable mindset. I think I fell in love with his looks and his charm more than anything, because he's really not the smartest person that I know. Um, and him and his son will probably not have a relationship with each other until Manye is probably like in high school, because Corvasi went through a lot. Oops, I didn't mean to say his name. My son's dad went through a lot as a kid. And so he's just not the greatest dad. He doesn't know how to be. And I don't blame him. You know, I've accepted it. And I'm just raising my child to the best of my ability, because we are right. And so it is what it is. Now, his family that knows that he has a kid, and they don't do anything to help, and they don't reach out, and they don't check on him or anything, knowing how his dad really is mentally. So that's pretty messed up. But it is what it is. My son's got me and I got him. And so, Warren Village, we were there for 2.5 years. During this time, I was able to get back into school. So when I first got there, it seemed cool. I got assigned to my family advocate. For legal purposes, I guess I won't say her name, but I did on my podcast, #BeautifulPain on Spotify. #beautiful_pain on Spotify. And so, oh my God, this woman, y'all, these people are so shady towards black women. It don't make no sense. For reals, women who are thoroughbred white, they can't stand us. For real, for real. But the thing about me is that I've been dealing with hate from white women my whole life. My mom's mom is a white woman, and she's pretty mean. So, let me tell y'all about this woman. There's actually 3 women involved. During my stay at Warren Village, I was able to get back into school in college, because during my pregnancy, I had been offered, a really good job. And so I withdrew from school and I started working at a full-time position, a job where I was working at an inbound call center. It was a nice amount of money. I didn't have to be on my feet all day. I'm pretty tech savvy. I'm pretty good with computers. That's my first certification. And I was able to get another car, because I had sold my first car before my pregnancy. I was able to buy another car before I had my baby. And so it was worth it, because I needed a car to get back and forth from doctor's appointments. And then also I was able to stack up on everything that my son needed before he got here. Like, I'm going to have to post pictures, because I have never posted these pictures. But now that I'm doing this channel, I want to post my pictures. But I had diapers literally stacked from the floor to the ceiling, okay? Boxes of clothes, shoes. I had my baby's crib, swing, car seat, stroller, everything. And I did by myself. I had a baby shower, and nobody brought diapers, and only like 2 people brought gifts. So I was just like grateful for the mindset that I have, because I was able to have everything ready for my son, like a mother is supposed to have when she's ready to have her baby. Because some women only like to be pregnant, but they don't like having to be a mother. They don't like having to be responsible of the child. But me, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm finally going to have somebody in my life who I can love unconditionally and be able to receive that energy back, because that's how I'm training him. And so, because for a long time, people took advantage of me, like including my own family. And before I was a mother, I was blindsided to that. I didn't realize, because I was just naturally a sweetheart, Everybody else was always bitchy, and I was just like, well, let me be the sweet one. But then I had to learn to start just being a bitch, because people take advantage of you if you're too nice. At least this is my experience. And so I had to You know, especially after becoming a mom. Like, I always had some gangsta in me, of course, because I come from the hoods of Colorado. But I was always real sweet and nice to people. Um, but now I'm just like, bitch, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about your attitude. I don't give a fuck about your assumptions about me. You don't know me. You don't have anything nice to say to me. Bye. Don't say nothing at all. Because if you say the wrong thing, I might have to make your man give me some money. For real. So, I'm not playing.